didn't see it on the internet, we want to talk about religion versus relationship. We want to talk about religion versus relationship. And we want to talk about the difference in the two to me. You'll see that I'm going to say a few things that might, that somebody might come along and teach something completely different, especially today, in today's time, because I'll say this, I'll be the one to say it, and others will be afraid to say it, but I say things like I was just talking with them just a few seconds ago, that I'm older now, and they said I don't, but I believe I have the license to be able to say things and not suffer the consequences. Or either you say something back and I just don't pay any attention to it. But I get a chance to talk about a few things tonight. The one thing that I want to say is that you get some messages that are preached a little bit different from the messages that the old heads preach. And the reason why is because in this day and time we have, this is what I'm going to say, and that some people might find that I shouldn't have said this, and some people are afraid to say it. But in this day and time, we have preachers that just preach to be popular with the people. And so and I've sit in the midst of some that have preached like what I call fishing. And what I call fishing is saying things to find out what sticks or what have you shout. And so they can say things sometimes that are not even scriptural bound, or that are not even scriptural, and as long as it gets you excited, or as long as it gets you shouting or whatever. But I'm not one of those type people. I try to be biblically based, and I say I try to be because I'm human, and sometimes humans make mistakes. I try not to make them often, especially with your soul and my soul. And I study and pray and do everything it takes not to be that way. But again, I'll say I'm human, so you might find once in every blue moon that I made a mistake. But in this, I'm going to say a few things, and I'll point them out to you that you might hear a little bit different. One is this. You have to look at me for this. One is this. I wore something special for us tonight, and I want to point this out. This is, we wear these things around our chests. A lot of times we wear them in ceremonies or whatever. We wear them, and the message for tonight came to me by something like this. We wear these around our neck. I bought this a long time ago, and it's not polished real good, but it's gold, it's pure gold, and it's still shiny. And what I want to point out with this is what we often wear. A lot of folks wear them around their neck, a gold chain and gold cross, and this is not to be condescending. This is not to throw you off. This is not to cause you to go and throw yours away or whatever in this. But I want to say this. I got this when I happened to look at one of these not long ago. I got this. We wear a gold cross. And this came to me. We wear a gold cross. We favor gold crosses. And anytime you see people, saved or unsaved, they're wearing gold crosses around their neck. It just happened to be popular jewelry or either adornment. They happen to be popular. And what I thought about with that is that we wear a gold cross, and we aspire to get a gold cross to wear around our neck or whatever. But if we go back, if we look back, and in fact, I'm pointing at you here with my right hand, and on my right hand is a ring with a gold cross on it. And if we go back a ways, a cross was not popular in Jesus' time to wear around your neck, because it was not symbolic of whatever is symbolic to us now about. Now, I tell you, this is one thing I want to point to. For those that attempt to be popular, they'll preach against what I'm about to say about this gold cross. They'll say that the cross became gold so that we can wear it, so that we can be victorious cross wearers. I'm just going to say it like that. And that's a shouting message. But I want to say to you that though we wear gold crosses around our neck, and we aspire to get a gold cross, and we pay a lot of money for gold crosses. However, back in the days, a cross was wooden. If you remember, we used to have a song about an old rugged cross. It wasn't gold. And a cross was symbolic of suffering. Who would want to wear suffering around their neck? Are you following what I'm saying? If somebody told you that you were gonna get a cross back in the days, I'm talking about days, a long time ago, they told you that you were going to suffer a cross, or if they told you to go get a cross, you would tuck tail and run. You wouldn't go to the jewelry store to get a gold cross. Why? Because the cross would mean suffering, hanging and suffering on it. In today's time, the cross is gold, and Junebug and everybody's got one around their neck, wearing them as gold crosses, and we have no problem with it. But the message here with the cross is, if anyone is to follow Jesus, you can follow him, but take up your cross. And when he says take up a cross, he's not saying stop by the jewelry store and get a gold cross. He's saying, when he says take up a cross, he's talking about something that will go along with what I said Sunday, and something that'll go along with what I said tonight as well, about us being popular preachers. One of the reasons why we preach gold crosses now is the way we got to be popular preachers in the first place. I said Sunday, if we're to be pastors, real pastors, men of God, Paul gave us advice. He said, present yourself a sacrifice. Why? Because you'll find out that to include your hero, Bishop Jakes, suffered to get where he is. He suffered to get where he is. There was a sacrifice for him to get where he is. And that's the reason why you'll find a lot of those successful men and women of God with ministries like that saying that you need to find out how I got here, instead of sitting under me thinking that you're going to get popular by just getting my endorsement. In fact, they don't want to give out their endorsements so easy without taking up your cross and following Jesus. Not gold cross from so-and-so jewelry. This one's easy to take up and follow Jesus. In fact, this is symbolic of, in this day and time, this gold cross around your neck is symbolic of fake news, but symbolic of us following Jesus. But that's not, if we were in the days, it would be a different cross. It would be a different cross, an old wooden, rugged cross that wouldn't fit around our neck, that we would run from to save our neck. Are you following what I'm saying? If you don't take up your cross. So, in other words, this is why I said all of that. I'm going to cut this short. This gold cross around my neck, my wearing it is religion. Why? Because this is how we define the cross in this day and time. Are you following what I'm saying? In relationship, I'm summing it up before I get there. In relationship, the cross is not gold around our neck. The cross is suffering, is sacrifice, is I've been through something. See, the saints of God need to know that they've been through something in life. Are you following what I'm saying? And watch this. A question was asked in somebody's message. I don't know. I was listening to it. And the question was this. How does saints handle tough situations? If they hadn't been to the cross, they don't handle them well. But do you know what church is about? Do you know what the Word is about? The Word makes us that we're not taken out of the world. We're not taken out of the world. The world, we handle the same situations other folks are handling in the same place that we're in. We might live in the same neighborhood, but we handle them different. Why? Because we're those that can handle the suffering. It's what we're made of. Are you following what I'm saying? It's what we're made of. What we're made of doesn't mean that we can wear a gold cross around our neck, but it means that we can carry a rugged cross and keep going. In other words, like I've said many times, and I've heard a few other preachers say as well, we can take a licking and keep on ticking. Are you following what I'm saying? Jesus said it like this: if you suffer with me, you'll reign with me. Are you following what I'm saying? In other words, you look at saints of God and you don't even know that they've suffered, but they've suffered. And why? Because they look like they're reigning. Why? Because they suffered with him and now they're reigning with him. Are you following what I'm saying? In other words, saints of God are those people, Christians are those people that have been through some of the same things you've been through, but they don't look like it. Are you following what I'm saying? They've been in the fiery furnace, but don't even smell like smoke. Are you following what I'm saying? That's what the cross is about. See, this gold cross won't help you get there. Why? Because this gold cross is religion. And this gold cross, you'll constantly look for a gold cross. Watch this, and I'm going to help you understand. I'm going to go into this for